Good evening, everyone, and welcome to some more Super Metroid Randomizer tournament action. Today we have AceZer0 versus Maniacal in a 2-1 match. Both really good friends of mine. AceZer0, even my teammate in league and partner in SMZ3. Maniacal I've known for a long time and actually kind of taught me a lot of stuff early on in SMZ3. So it should be a good one. Should be a fun one. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Apathy Duck. How are you doing, Duck?
I'm all right. Yeah, looking forward to this one. Like you said, these are two really good runners. You got sort of like the heavyweights of SM Rando. You got like your AceZers and your Kips and all that, and like these guys are right there in that next tier.
Yeah,
and
for
they're
sure.
already facing each other 2-1. So loser's gonna go to 2-2. Winner's gonna go to 3-1. The playoffs are gonna be really competitive. So I mean, I can see both of these guys being in the playoffs. But the loser probably they're basically playing for the playoff flash right now, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you're gonna run into somebody at 2-2 or at 2 losses. You need to have, and most likely you're gonna need to have a 5-2 record just to get into the play-in. So, going 2-2. I think you said it in your interview earlier today. The longer you can go without that loss, the better off you are. Just because you don't have to worry about that two losses in a row, and then you're just out. And Green Brinstar start. Huh.
Yeah, Green Burn Stars, there's a lot of these that, even like the Norfair ones are basically just criteria start, because like Norfair will just funnel you to criteria because all the doors are locked. But yeah, Green Burn is pretty similar to a vanilla start. You can kind of do your Green Burn, the reserve tank there. If it doesn't give you power bombs or supers, you're pretty much forced to come this way.
Yeah,
and now we effectively have
we got an E-tank, so I guess it's got to be Morph Ball at Terminator?
No, it's got to be like Screw or something, or Speed, because we have to get through the wall.
Morph Ball will get you.
Missile, and we can
Morph Ball will get you back to the Morph Ball will get you back to the stuff in Green Brinstar at the reserve, because we found out earlier in one of the earlier races today. We found out that it is a blue door, so you actually get all the items with that start. So hopefully these runners know that or catch that when they mock ball into the back.
Yeah, so I was saying this is pretty much a landing start, but no, we're actually going to go through green first. So they will have kind of an interesting decision. Maybe, I mean, depending, sometimes you can just get very late missiles or PBs, but they'll probably be a pretty interesting decision at when it forks to Blue Bryn versus going to Red Tower. We'll see where they go. It seems like, from playing these, it feels like the strat is usually beeline Norfair, because the seed's either going to make you go down, come back up, and then go down again, or you want to beeline Norfair and then kill the LN boss as soon as possible if you get like a Varia. So yeah, I would, depending on what happens, but I like going down.
Okay, so we have a E-tank, a reserve tank, and a Morph Ball.
And
you gotta give us something.
Yeah, the other thing is
power bombs.
These early E-tanks, that smells like hell runs are going to be a thing.
Yeah, I mean,
once you start getting,
right
yeah, 3 E-tanks.
Speaking of, one more, and we got almost all the hell runs in Logic. So
yeah, once I see these 3 E-tanks, I'm definitely beelining down, with the understanding that it's probably going to be a down up down seed.
We do have 3 items in Green Bryn. We do have 3 items in Criteria, and the other thing that's more power bombs. Okay, game. The other thing that's interesting with the way this the random start, the change that I think has been somewhat impactful. The fact that suits can be in Criteria has definitely affected some of the races. You can't even open that red door.
In Criteria, or just in any of your starting areas.
Yeah.
In fact, the Norfair ones require... The Norfair one seems so weird to me, because like, so much of this randomizer is find... basically all you need to do is find Vari, you need to find grab, and you need to find charge, and you're done. More or less.
Yep.
And it's so weird, the Norfair ones is like, here's the third of it already. Like, literally right next to your starting spot. I'm like, okay, well, that makes it easier, I guess.
Okay, so now we have missiles, so we can actually go to Pink Brinstar, but we still don't have supers, so we can't leave Pink Brinstar yet.
There'll be one. I mean, we can now actually go back to Criteria. It would be funny if there's no supers and it locks you and you have to turn around. So this is a good choice here. I actually wouldn't mind going up.
Okay, there's supers.
But going up to Criteria actually isn't a bad call. Did you see how many were in Criteria when they peaked?
Yeah, it was 3.
3, so it's 3 either way.
I kind of like the play to go into criteria from Blueburn Star. Since now we have supers, we can do that.
See, I was thinking the routing, because you really don't want to do wreck ship. I think the routing makes more sense if you go up to criteria here and then come down blue, and then
Yeah, that
you're
could work.
kind of committing to just skipping red at the top of red. You're going, because again, like I think we're going to Norfair here. So yeah, I think I'd prefer going up to criteria, clearing that out. We can scout back of Gauntlet
Yep.
to see that. Only thing there's two we can't get.
Right.
But you can do all that. You're going to come back into criteria, and then that's going to pop you out right by Big Pink, and you can clear that out now.
Yeah, we can't get the criteria power bombs, and we could actually look at the climb supers, but that's a slow check. I'm not there's some cases where you do that in, like, say, an SMZ3, where you're talking about a 2.5 to 3 hour seed. These go much faster. So that's kind of a big time sink if you're just, looking at the item.
Neither of them do what I tell them. Shame.
I mean, there's 3 items here, so I mean, at least
I'm still telling you to get the items. I'm just saying I like the routing better if you go up.
Okay, I see.
I'm saying go up, you come down.
Go up, go down, and then come back for
and
pink.
then it pops you out right into Big Pink.
Hey, plasma beam. That's a nice early find.
This is a little bit more conservative because you can full clear, come up criteria, and then you can get the top of Red Bren too. So this is a little bit more conservative, but it will be slower.
Also, shout outs to the people firing off some fireworks somewhere near my house, just in case y'all can hear that. So,
Plasma's nice to get. I'm generally not excited about it, especially in this because
I'm more excited if I already have charge.
Yeah, like I found like the LN hell runs in this are next to impossible. So like in Plasma, really the big thing for me is it makes those hell runs doable. But like it's just not a thing here generally. So yeah, it's like I mean I'm not gonna kick it out of bed or anything, but it's just
it's an item you want, it's an item you like, it's an item you take, but really it doesn't progress anything.
Honestly, I'd take like in this mode, I'd take Spring Ball over Plasma. I know that's kind of blasphemous.
Spring Ball has not shown itself not useful, so yeah. I mean, Plasma is literally not progression at all. Yeah, Spring Ball can be progression Plasma. I can't think of it. Okay, there is one niche case where Plasma is is progression, and that's if you have to get something in Plasma Beam itself
with nothing else.
With nothing else. So yeah, I completely. I still like to have it, but yeah.
There's so many things
this early. There are much better things to pick up at this point.
There's so many things that let you get Plasma. I think we would literally have to be Varia in Plasma for like screw attack, charge, and speed and lower.
Yeah, I mean it's a
that's
pretty
literally it.
Yeah, like I said, niche case. Maniacal gets the gate glitch. Ace still trying to get it. Just an E-tank, but at this point, that's the hell runs are officially in logic for almost everything E-tank. The only thing that's more than 4 tanks is if you actually have to get the cathedral item, and that takes 6 tanks.
Well, 6 tanks or the most easy thing to break with 1 extra power bomb, and you can just.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Which now they have, so they could get cathedral, no problem.
Yeah, I mean that was that was like the most difficult part of the seed you played earlier, is that you just didn't have the power bombs to do crystal flash. Like,
they had 40 missiles.
You had all these things, all these great items, you just couldn't do a crystal flash. We get space jump here, which is another really nice item. Get some X-ray if there's something in Redford Star, but I mean, as much as I love space jump, there are still more better things to pick up here.
Yeah, space. It's worst room in the game item. It's Ace probably doesn't mean to checking this. I mean, the 15 super. I mean, I can see checking 30 supers is like your first big milestone because that's really ammo.
Yep.
And they're pretty close health wise too. Like 4 + 1 is pretty borderline.
Maniacal face planting a Spazer beam. We'll see when he turns that off. There's no reason to turn it off right away. Okay, there's another beam. Beam central here. Like, there's no reason for him to go out of his way to menu it off right now, because there might be other things you might want to menu for. Ace successfully skips the spacer beam. course, the funny thing about skipping majors that I've noticed this week with people playing with the countdown is it can fool you. So you'll see the number, you might have skipped an item like a SpeedRun, and then you'll think there's still one missing, and forget that number is referring to the item that you decide not to get.
We kind of skipped over this, but grapple is actually pretty big early because it's a Dragon killer. You can kill Dragon and you can get out with it.
And you can get out. I mean, high jump plus grapple jump out is not as free.
Yeah, I don't know how comfortable these guys were. They both can do high jump. I don't know
for sure.
High jumpless if they're gonna be willing to try it.
I'd be willing to bet that each one of them has done it. That having done it once and being super comfortable with it are not the same thing though.
Yeah, but once you can kill all 4 bosses, it really changes the way like you're gonna play this. Like they're really close. They can actually be in a situation where they can have all 4 possible dead by the time they reach the surface. In which case, I'd like them to actually go to wreck ship here.
Yeah, and we're almost even at enough ammo and enough health for reasonable Ridley fight.
Yeah, I mean 1 more E-tank and 2 more supers for Ace.
I might say 2 more E-tanks in both cases. I mean, we're talking the Aussie 4-1. Maybe 1 extra E-tank for these guys.
Okay, I've done 4. It's not just an Aussie thing. Like, not that wild.
Fair enough. I'd want to have 1 more. The reserve tank is actually pretty important because
the reserve tank is huge. That's one of the reasons I'm saying like this is.
Yeah, the reserve tank. Like a lot of people don't quite understand that if you can just kill Ridley before that reserve pops,
3-1.
You're guaranteed to survive. It just makes a huge difference.
So I knew Aussie could do it faster than me. I was like, I'm pretty sure he did it with 3.
He might have.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Nevji's saying Aussie did 3. Aussie's saying he did 3-1.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say it's. I'd much rather have 4-1 than 5.
Honestly. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so we get a little divergence here. Ace is going to go up and try and find this last criteria item. Maniacal going to just head on over to Norfair. This extra E-tank is nice for Ace. And this is the power of the suits being available in criteria. If this were, any other week, essentially, any if we still couldn't have suits and criteria, then I would very much dislike this play from Ace. But it might be the right answer. It might still be the wrong answer, but it's a much better play when you know a suit could be up here. Problem with criteria is there's just so many disparate locations once you get out of Blueprint.
Yeah, like if Ace can get to the point where he can kill all 4, going to wreck ship could be a pretty strong play.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's of course at this point he pretty much has to commit to high jump list and a pretty tight Ridley fight. But even if there's not a suit here, like I kind of like doing your due diligence early. Just because like you can get speed, you get high jump here, and like those movement items are going to help so much if you get them early.
Okay, we can actually do. He could have scouted criteria supers. I still think in this game, I still don't like that. He can get everything else.
This is honestly probably the game right here. If Ace finds something big, and it doesn't even have to be a suit, but if he finds something big or makes like a wreck ship play and it pays off, Ace is going to be massively ahead. And if what Maniacal's doing pays off, he's probably going to be massively ahead. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to look back at this and be like, this one decision was pretty much the game.
And given that the Variatorx tweaks being turned on means that you're going to have to fight BT if you pick up the item. I think Ace is already thinking in terms of having enough supers for a potential Ridley fight.
I think that your 30th super is worth that pickup. On Maniacal side, I actually would have preferred him just to skip Kraid here. Kraid generally doesn't have an item, and it could be, here's the Ridley.
Yeah, he
could be
can't do that fight.
He wasted so much time. He should have just gone to lower or upper Norfair, I think.
I'm a pretty big fan of hitting Norfair first. And if you want to check Kraid out, taking that save in Business Center, and then you get the reset right back to there instead of all the way in here and having to leave.
Yeah, because especially if you spike of Ari's suit in Upper Norfair, you could just do Lower Norfair and then come up and do Kraid.
Yep.
So unless you have, you can do all 4. I don't really like going into Kraid here. You could like a peek maybe isn't bad if you just come in, peek the door, see if there's one. If the other thing is like, there's only one item you can actually get in here. The other two items are behind Kraid himself and locked behind killing Kraid.
Yep.
So like, warehouse is like super low value.
Okay, so we're gonna get a gauntlet check from Ace. I don't think we didn't have power bombs early, so we didn't really have the opportunity to scout the back. So I expect him to go all the way through. Hopefully he remembers that he already saw that spazer beam and doesn't do the, I need to find the other thing. Oh, that is, yeah, there you go. There's that speed booster you were talking about.
Yeah, so that could be big. Right now, that's our only way through up to Dragon, assuming, well, Dragon would have to sort of be at Dre for that really to matter, but...
And the other nice thing about that speed booster is when Ace gets down to Norfair, he gets a free run over to Bubble Mountain. See if he gets any useful ammo over here. Oh, two supers. I'm taking that. I'm taking that every time.
So at this point, for Ace, I've not only got my Ridley ammo, I'm now thinking I'm in a position to skip charge. Oh, please get the other one. 40 before you even left criteria, really.
Oh, for sure. It's 2040 is really good.
He should be looking to gobble up supers at this point and just skip charge. And if it's always a bad feel when you decide you're gonna play for ammo and then charge just like in your path, but
yep.
Nice, Ace, very good.
I mean, it's got to happen on occasion. So, interesting question whether he goes.
Why he would charge a spark there?
I don't know. This save at the ship could mean that he's going to go to the wreck ship, and this ship save is again.
Or he's
another one of those things. Oh, there's
shaft.
He has all the items. If he remembers that Spazer, if he remembers that he skipped Spazer, he's got all the items and shouldn't be looking. It looks like he does. But I like the reset back to the ship rather than to the wreck ship save.
He's got, I mean, unless he just doesn't want to do he probably can't do the high jumpless then, because he's got all four. I wouldn't want to, I mean, save in wreck ship in case something goes wrong, sure. Like, it's going to be a tight Ridley fight. Mm-hmm. But you can kill all four. You don't really need to have a safety save back here.
Nothing in wreck ship,
unless you're just like, I can't do the high jumpless.
But
even then, that's a 75. He's got a 75% chance.
Oh, look at that! Very suit behind those six.
This is what I'm saying is.
Things. Oh my!
Now I think Maniacal can do high jumpless. If you can do high jumpless, you just
Yeah, he absolutely can.
So he's looking to beeline LN then, and he needs a little bit more ammo. Well, no, he actually doesn't care about. He knows his Ridley.
He knows it's not Ridley.
So I mean, he does need ammo by the time he gets back up. So he's looking for two, but he's gonna clear out upper Norfair. That makes sense. And then he's gonna beeline down, and then he's in an all four position. Unless he's scared about the. Oh well, never mind. GG's.
Hello, gravity suit.
Okay, well.
So
thanks for joining us today on this.
Yeah, no, this is not over because I mean, that's the best that Maniacal could have hoped for. But that speed booster on Ace's side is going to help him out a lot. He doesn't have to worry about any sort of CF cliff shenanigans.
Okay, so
we know wreck ship is nothing, so he's not going to spend any time here. Shout outs to Phantom being at wreck ship when there's nothing at wreck ship.
Okay. So the biggest thing for Ace right now is Dragon is confirmed to be at Dragon. So we have to have either Ice or Speed or Crystal Flash. Speed is Gauntlet, which Ace has. Ice is unknown.
Right.
So if Ice is behind Bot Wound, then Maniacal's gonna have to come all the way up for Speed.
Yep.
I don't know if he knows the crystal.
I don't know if he does or not.
I mean, I know he knows of it. I don't know if he's practiced with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Practiced and confident to go for it in this match. So, if you're rooting for Ace, you are rooting for no Ice to show up.
You're also rooting for him not to screw up this enrage phase.
You'd be rooting for him not to enrage phase at all, but it's a little late for that.
But too late for that.
I did one practice seed. was Edikun start, and Varia was on Brinstar Reserve, and Gravity was on the missile behind Brinstar Reserve. It's like, well.
Now the scary thing for Ace, though, is that because he has that speed booster, that cathedral location is not good for him. It's kind of the one that it's the one you can forget. It's the one you can go to last because it's the one that's the biggest pain. He's less likely to forget it than some. He's more used to a full rando setup from his SMZ3 experience.
So even just forgetting it off the table, what he's going to do is he's going to go to Upper Norfair, clear all of the other items first, and then check that last, most likely.
Yeah, very likely.
So, which means he's going to be refilling his health, doing that all very slow. He's going to check it, and then he's going to be very, very mad.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But he doesn't. I mean, the good thing for him is, of course, with the countdown, there's nothing in Red Bryn. There was nothing in Wreck Ship, so he just goes down. Like if there had been something in Wreck Ship, and maybe like it's a I don't know, X-ray scope. Well, we already have X-ray. Spring ball at this point doesn't have its usefulness anymore. Say spring ball at like gravity suit, then that's a huge sink of time for something that's not really going to help him out.
Yeah, Maniacal's not in full-on go mode. I mean, I was saying Ace found those two supers put him really a lot closer to being in ammo mode. So he's really looking for ice charge and speed. Of course, we've seen speed already. Now, of course, when Ace does get his gravity and Varia, he's going to be much closer to go mode because he's already got that speed. So yeah,
he's got speed and his ammo is a little bit. Yeah, I mean, Maniacal's missiles are a little bit better, but like the 3 extra supers is bigger.
Oh yeah, by a ton. Yeah, I might have been burying Ace a little too early. I always forget how fast you can get across these maps. And of course, Ace does have the one boss in his pocket. Ace will also, if he does choose to go here, he will be able to kill Ridley here, probably.
I mean, he can. Certainly not free. This is the kind of situation where I would take the save, and if I died, I would just come back later. But I would certainly make the attempt. With this many supers, definitely doable.
Well, if I was Ace and I wasn't completely confident on a 4 tank, I would, again, skip this for now. Especially because, like, one of the most important bosses you can find is Fantoon. We've A, already found that, and B, no, it's nothing. So
exactly.
There's really... I think that was one of my problems when I was playing these early, is I was overvaluing boss kills and like trying to do like pretty hard boss kills, and like I could have just done this later. Like it's getting me nothing to do it right now.
Yeah, and this one in particular. Oh wait, he's just leaving.
Yeah, I think he realized he doesn't want to mess with a low Ridley. Yeah, which makes sense. Low Ridley's not going to get you much. I mean, potentially there could be. I mean, it could be in logic to do it Variolus.
No, can't.
Sure. No, can't?
Nope,
okay,
nope,
never mind.
Nope, can't. I mean, in this scenario, all that really means is that Varia just can't be behind Ridley, and there's only one item behind Ridley, so that's pretty meaningless. There's a lot of times when it's just super valuable to just do it if you can. I think, he passed up a few reserve tanks, and I think if he could have gotten those reserve tanks and had them filled, like the refill stations doesn't fill your reserve tank, so the reserve tanks don't help. But those couple extra reserve tanks that he skipped, I think might have been enough to make him do it. But then you have to farm to fill them up, and that's slow, and then you're losing time. Meanwhile, Maniacal all the way to Wasteland. 2 items in Lower Norfair. Didn't check GT.
No one checks GT, especially with gravity. Like
GT is such a horrible check in this.
This is just a forgotten. The only time I've ever bothered to go over there is if I'm grabless and I came with just Varia. I will go over there and be like, okay, what's over here?
Okay, he's gonna go through Cathedral because there's that save. Like if you're just gonna run through That's really good for him. He doesn't know this. Okay, he's gonna do ice first. Never mind.
Yeah, so I think he's gonna reset back here and still go through Speedway. It's the better play, honestly, because you get there quickly. You're going to speed, wave, and reserve all have multiple items,
and it's easier to check the cathedral item from the back, and then you see it and you cry.
Yeah,
pretty much.
The funny thing is, Maniacal got it like way out of logic. It was just that it was Varia, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, so you just had to live long enough to pick it up, and then you were fine. I guess a little bit longer because the lava's still hurting you because you don't have gravity yet.
Oh, Dre's at. For some reason, I thought I knew Dre was Dre's down here. So yeah. Okay, Maniacal doesn't need. So Maniacal's
doesn't need speed.
He just needs ammo or charge.
I mean, it's still going to be Ace having that speed booster still could be really good for him. Just kind of a question of just how long does it take him to get the cathedral item. And then it could be just a rush to ammo or charge. Yeah. I mean, that super would be nice, but Crumble Tower is such a horrible location. You're going to lose a ton of health trying to get it.
You have space jump.
You have space jump, but if you fall, then you have to jump all the way back up.
Space jump, how are you going to fall?
It happens.
I mean, we've all done it, but yes.
Like, come on.
Oh yeah, Kip making a really good point too. Without ice or speed, although speed was he's gonna think he doesn't have a Zeb skip, but which means you need a lot more ammo. But he's gonna find, because if you're low on ammo still, you're going through Gauntlet on the way to Mother Brain.
That's true.
And he'll find a speed and it'd be and 10 supers. So like. Now, of course, he won't know all that stuff's there, so he might do a lot more before he gets there, because he knows that's his last 3 checks. Yeah, what was I saying about rushing Norfair early on in the season?
Yeah. There's a missile pack. You know, I swear most of these seeds, wreck ship plays have just not been good. Like, your seed earlier tonight just felt like it may have been the exception, not the rule. Like this, I think it was you kill Fantoon someplace. You see he has items, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna go to wreck ship and get my Fantoon items, and then it's like 2 items you just don't need.
It certainly made sense in this situation, with Ace being able to kill everything. In that situation, I think it's fine. I definitely got bailed out with Varia actually being there, so like that was very lucky. But
okay, so Ace has his gravity suit. Now we haven't seen all these other items.
Screw attack is pretty much worthless at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you have him for the 3 musketeers. That's about it. That's probably the if I'm going through Lower Norfair, that's probably the latest spot I would pick. I'd pick up a screw attack to get out of LN. Although maybe now with plasma, I don't know. It's still probably faster.
You will save 7 seconds by picking it up, but
I think you're right. But once I get out of LN,
you roll your eyes at screw attack being
like, now you're gonna give me screw attack. I've already done the hard part. Yeah, and this is the slow part for Ace. He's got to do all this farming. He's gonna check speed.
And this is exactly what I said was gonna happen.
So it's weird, the speed. In the end, speed might have hurt him, just because, again, it allowed him to get here without going through the spot that he needs to go to. I don't like that he's skipping all these missiles. Or he doesn't know that Varia is so close. So he might be thinking, well, charge beam. I'm gonna be looking for Varia anyway, so I'm gonna find charge beam maybe on the way. But once I get this kind of number of ammo, I just say, you know what? If charge beam shows up, fine. But if it doesn't, I want to make sure I have plenty of ammo.
Well, especially if in Ace's situation, I'd be thinking, okay, if I find Varia, I'm in go mode.
Right. I don't want to be,
so like
worrying
when
about
you're only one item away from go mode. If he had neither suit, okay, like skipping some missiles, I pretty much never would skip a super in one of these until I have charge.
And we haven't seen any skip supers, so there's that.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Crumble Tower, remember?
Crumble Tower. Okay, that one I'm not getting. I'm skipping that one. I might come back.
If you didn't have space, I'd be like, okay, fine. Maniacal is going to make this croc play, looks like.
Why?
I mean, he still needs charge.
Maybe he wants that spring ball. Maybe he's just taking the exit to get spring ball.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants spring ball. Okay. I mean, I like spring ball as much as the next person, but I'm not sure I'm going out of my way to pick it up. But on the other hand,
I had like
he
5
doesn't
power
have.
bombs, like I did earlier, like yeah, because it's a big power bomb saver. But
yeah, I don't. I mean, he could do speedless B-way, and that's probably the fastest way to get across. This I don't know if this is faster or slower than.
Okay, get ready for the tears, everyone.
Okay, and yeah, Ace not even taking the save, but you know he's got Crystal Flash, so this should be fine.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be able to make it to Varia.
It's a little safer for him because he's got that gravity suit. So like once he picks it up, it's just
Not if he kisses all the boys on the way down.
Well, I mean, once he picks it up, so he's got to get past all the. Okay, so that's I mean that's ammo mode for Ace. Both runners in ammo mode.
Yeah, I mean Ace just needs 3 supers, 2 missiles minimum.
Yep, actually 4 supers would be
yeah,
nice.
or some combination of
now if you're Ace and you know that you've got that crumble tower super missile, do you go get it after you finish LN?
It depends on when I find LN.
Yeah, good point.
If I'm still at 45, I found 0 supers, then yeah.
Okay.
Because like, what are the if I'm Ace at that point, what are the places I can check after that are reasonable? I can check Main Street. I can check Aqueduct. I can check Botwoon, Precious, whatever's behind Dragon. And that's kind of it because he's already done Gauntlet and everything.
Yep. Yeah, he's done the he's got those 2 supers in the back of Gauntlet. Those are the 2 of the ones Maniacal doesn't have.
Honestly, if I leave Lower Norfair and I'm still at 50, I get it.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Because like when you're in this mode and you're this close to ammo, like with Maniacal in Maniacal situation, I would say like yeah, he should be going into like rooms that are like 1 door away or something. I could even see Maniacal saying like the 3 beach checks are worth it. But Ace is close enough. Is he wants to go, and he's in that situation. You really only have a few items left.
Okay, Maniacal didn't quite get to the pink stage with the supers and the missiles he's already used. So gonna use the power bombs to get Ridley there. I really like this. Power bombs at the end of the Ridley fight just suck. Like you want to do it before he gets into that second phase where he's a little more enraged, and you don't want to do it at the end because his swoop counter gets all wonky if you start using power bombs at the end. You can't always tell when he's dead. Better just save those supers for this.
Well, you missed 1, it looked like.
Yeah, it was going to mean a few extra power bombs.
That might have been a second miss.
Well, okay, if he had 15, so 2 misses would be. I think he's gonna have to use 1. He probably has to use 1 or 2 of these.
I wasn't sure if it was a miss or was a like just on the edge of the screen and some 30 FPS shenanigans that I didn't see it.
Okay, so Ace gonna check.
Okay, that looks like a dead Ridley. That was a lunge, I think.
Okay, so Ace is now saying, you know what, I need to start just picking up whatever ammo's in front of me.
This is a bit long for his ammo count, but makes sense.
I think he was. I mean, it's 2 items in LN, so he was probably hoping to get.
There's that too.
Charge. AceZer0 charge would be really good.
Yeah, you're right. With a 2, this is fine. I think.
But
you're either
gonna
get ammo or you're gonna get.
Yeah. So unless the other items behind Ridley right here, it'll be at GT, and we're never gonna see it. We'll find out what it is in the credits. And yeah, we're gonna find out what it is in the credits. If it's charge beam, they're both gonna be looking for ammo. Yeah, no one's going back to GT at this point.
Yeah, Maniacal's going to be in an interesting situation because he has, like, effectively, like, 50 ammo, like, because of he's got a Zeb skip item there in Gauntlet, but those are the last 3 places he could possibly check.
Yeah, so you're not going to you can't bank on finding the things.
Yeah, so he's going to have to be searching a lot. Because the Zebs take up so many, and you can't use supers on them if you're really tight because you can refill missiles, you can't refill supers.
Exactly.
So Maniacal's in a pretty commanding lead here, but like if like charge doesn't pop and he gets some bad ammo luck, like honestly, I could see Maniacal like being forced into a situation where he's clearing some wreck ship with a 0.
Yeah, well, that'd be really,
like I have to like. Because it's not like, I mean, I think Green Brinstar was pretty much cleared. You can't go like, okay, I'm going to go Gauntlet, and then I'll go get some extra stuff I left in Green Brinstar.
I mean, we have the 3 miners in Red Tower, some red Brinstar stuff we could check. With the big fat 0 there. What do we have in Meridian? Nothing in West Meridian. Wow. Okay, so does that mean charge is either... Well, see, charge could still just be at GT. It could be the other item in Lower Norfair, and we're just never going to see it. Nothing in West Meridia.
Oh,
there's going to be stuff in East. There's got to be stuff in East. Two items in East Meridia.
So it's either here, it's either one of these 2 items, or it's GT. So I think that's it. We're going to get some charge, ice, bombs, high jump. So 2 here, 1 in Lower Norfair, and question mark.
What's the other spot? Oh, we never saw Croc, so Croc has an item.
Croc has an item, yeah.
Which could be charge. And we're not going to get it there either. I don't think it'd be a terrible play for him to check with Plasma right now, because you're right here. But looks like that's not going to happen.
Yeah, with the same thing I said with Ace, it's a pretty bad check if you're in ammo mode, but because it's a 2 and charge just ends your hunt.
Yep.
I think it's fine. Especially when you have Plasma Screw. Like if you had just speed or you had charge or something, you had to do one of the gross methods.
Yeah.
But like this, yeah. Because you want to come out the any % way. You don't want to come back up here. So it's not like you can go like, well, let me check the other items and then I'll see if it's here. Like, this is your only opportunity.
Okay, so Ace done with his Dragon fight.
Michael did go out of his way for Spring Ball and then didn't
he did.
What a maroon.
Yeah, I don't think Ace is picking up Spring Ball. But he's also got Speed Booster, goes just the normal way through Frog Speedway, so.
Maniacal, no. Okay, good.
You don't need that E-Tank.
But I can do stand-up.
Find charge when you can do stand-up.
You're also going to waste 14 of your 30-second time save just picking up 2 E-Tanks.
Yeah, if you even save that much. I think it's closer to like 15, 20. And that's if you do it optimally. So. And if you have full beam combo. You may never find Ice Beam. Nice quick kill. And looks like Maniacal may be putting himself on the ammo plan as well. It's a lot rougher for him. It's funny because he's got 2 supers waiting for him in the back of Gauntlet. But he doesn't know that. Whereas Ace doesn't have that out of maybe there's something in the back of Gauntlet. But he's at 45 as opposed to 25, so.
It's much better to be in Ace's situation because, again,
Yeah, I think so.
Like, if Maniacal was coming to there with like 40 or like 50, 40 or 50, 50 and no speed, right? And you asked him, what would be your 3 perfect items here? He'd say 2 supers and speed. Or ice, rather. I mean, because it's but yeah. And like, you're not gonna, there's no way you're banking on that. So like, he's gonna have to check other stuff. Now, of course, he could make some sort of plan, like, well, I'll check this and then loop around. But like, where are you gonna loop around to? Like, you've done all the other stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Maniacal might clear, unless, I mean, we do have the 2 in Eastman ready here. We're gonna have Aqueduct. I could even see, honestly, it's not the worst play to, like I said, you want to do the any %. With 2, pick a sand pit, go down left sand pit just so you're closer, and then go up Red Tower. Like, that's not the worst idea either.
Ace was definitely thinking about not grabbing that E-Tank, and he decided to. I mean, he's kind of low health. I don't think I grabbed that. That was Screw Attack.
Yeah.
That was Screw Attack. We're gonna get a snail clip here from Maniacal. It's one of those things that it's kind of funny because this doesn't end up being in logic, and it's not because it's a difficult trick or anything. It's because we're just not used to playing full, and whether this is in logic or not in anything not full rando is completely irrelevant.
Well, these guys are used to it because they're both SMZ3.
Yeah, you got to be able to do this if you're gonna play hard mode SMZ3. Your speed booster could be sitting here, and I've seen it there multiple times. So
yeah, if Maniacal wasn't in ammo mode, I'd say like probably the thing to do here is just peek left and then go. But he's so far away from ammo, he's gotta.
And you still have those 2 items.
Yeah, I kind of wish he would do. Like, I know this makes sense routing. I think it's worth dipping a sand pit here for Maniacal. He's so far away from ammo.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see what Ace
Plus
does. He goes back and gets that super pack that we know exists. Now, Ace doesn't know that he's going to be fighting Ridley next, but, I mean, at this point, he can beat any boss, so, like, whatever. Okay, he's not going to grab that super.
Yeah, see, this doesn't make sense. Like, why check miners in an area that's a 0 when you could have checked miners in an area that's a 2?
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go, and Ace will go ahead and kill Ridley.
Yeah, if Maniacal had Ace's ammo count, I would say. Although at this point, Ace would have literally nothing else to check. He'd be going to the end. But in the situation where Maniacal still had to do wreck ship, I would say at that ammo count would make sense leaving. At just 25 supers, he's in a much rougher shape.
Okay, Ace hopefully will go back and farm. Yeah, there we go. He's gonna get those extra supers to make sure he has 30 for the potential Ridley fight that we know he's gonna get. 31's fine.
Yeah, and he's got Varia, so he can make use of his missiles if he misses.
Yep.
So you really only need the full 30 if you're doing a Variolus.
It's a little faster though. He's gonna have a faster Ridley fight because he's not gonna have to rely on any power bombs or anything like that. Turning off speed booster. I think without high jump, I know he likes to do that sometimes.
Yeah, screw attack them.
And I don't do that.
Like, fine. Like, if you were here, like, 3 E-tanks, no gravity suit.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I personally find that as long as I keep myself well aware that I don't have high jump, that I'm fine on the Ridley fight. It's when I forget. Like, have you ever done that where you go into the Ridley fight, like, yeah, no problem, then you just, oh wait, I don't have high jump. I'm taking all this damage because I'm not jumping properly.
So he's got 7 tanks, and he kissed Ridley like 5 times, and he's fine.
No,
like, right? It's like, what, like, why?
And the last thing you want to see is a power bomb. Or an E-tank, in this case, for Maniacal.
Yeah, I mean, E-tanks, the whammies here are E-tanks, reserves, and power bombs.
And power bombs, yeah.
Literally everything else. I mean, honestly, if I saw high jump right now, I'd be mad. Like, I know that's an insane thing to say, but...
Yeah, at this point, the biggest thing I'd want high jump for is the Leodox room. Of course, I always say that is by far and away, my least favorite non-high jump room. Is that Leodox room in the escape.
Also, I just want to point out, if these 2 runners came and we rewatched this and I wasn't mean to them, they'd start sending me messages asking if I'm okay and if I'm dying. So, like...
Oh, I know.
I'm just responding to some chat messages. They saw my name on this list and they're like, well, that's gonna happen.
I mean, I'm generally not mean to them, so I need you to do that for me, I guess. I mean, we all go way back in SMZ3 circles and other such things, so...
Yeah, I think Maniacal's...
His missile count is really good.
Well, the missile count is.
There's a super. Oh my god.
I think if Maniacal goes
35 would need
and does
150.
Gauntlet before he commits like doing any sort of wreck ship just for ammo, I think he's okay. If Maniacal goes to wreck ship and goes like, I just need more ammo, I need to keep doing all the miners.
Okay, so that'd give him 45 supers. That would be 85-45, yeah. That would do it. That would be that minimum number that we always talk about, the 40-60 equivalent. Again, reminding people that when I say 40-60, that includes shooting doors open ahead of time and then refilling your missiles.
And from Maniacal side, being able to Zeb skip.
Yes.
Which Maniacal thinks he can't do right now, which is why he's getting so much ammo.
Ace is going to check a sandpit. Let's see. He's going to check right sandpit. Let's see what he gets.
I think if I'm Ace, I just check left and go, and I don't care.
Yeah, he's still got to go kill Kraid, though. I kind of would have liked to see him do this after.
Oh, yeah. He did this before? Oh, no.
Well, he's got the Dragon kill, so he could go up the tube from here. And then come back down
maybe
that
that's
way.
maybe
so
that's the plan. Ace Y.
I mean, I like bombs, but chances are we're going to be power bombing the Metroids anyway, so that actually is not as useful.
Yeah, Maniacal's leaving the door open for Ace, and Ace is just like, no, I'm good.
Please don't do Shactal.
There's zero chance he's doing Shactal. If he does Shactal, I'm leaving.
Fair enough. And I wouldn't blame you one bit. 95 missiles. Like this is an SMG3 missile count. Sadly, it's not an SMG3 super count.
Yeah, with how many supers we found early too, I was like, oh, this is going to be a fat super seed, and there weren't actually that many supers. It was just there was 2 at back of Gauntlet for some reason.
Yeah, that's where the extra super that. Actually, that's not true because now Maniacal got the ones over at Red Tower. Because Ace definitely has that super from Ruck Ship.
I believe it's true. If Maniacal just go mode it and got Gauntlet, he's good.
Oh,
he doesn't know
77. Okay, hang on. Yeah,
it'd
40
be 95,
is
50.
Yeah, 95, 50.
With being able to Zeb skip.
Right. I see. With just 40, he would need 1 more missile pack to have that again bare minimum.
I mean. I should clarify for those who are unsure. When I say like being able to Zeb skip, that doesn't mean you need more, but it means if you don't have enough, you might have to like refill your missiles once or even twice. So it's a big time save.
Yeah, 95 is 95 is enough that he could actually shoot all the Zebs, break the glass, go refill, and be fine.
For 95-50, not for 95-40.
No, yeah. He needs 140 is again that 40-60 equivalent. So.
Okay, yeah. We'll see how much he commits to Wreck Ship. He might just be doing like, oh, I'll just do the early ones. I can even see
Ace.
I can even see Maniacal doing like, okay, I'm gonna do left and right supers, and then I'm gonna go up and do the 2 items at the top. Top of the world and mid.
Yep.
And just ignore the slower ones, and then you still have Gauntlet at the end. And then he has the option, like he can just do that, right? He has the option to go to bowling if he still doesn't have good ammo.
Yeah, I also want to point out that when it comes to ammo counts, when Ace and I co-op SMZ3, I'm the one that keeps track.
Yeah.
Not him.
I mean, we're saying, the problem is, at this point, so we were saying Ace's ammo count's much better. At this point, Ace is out of locations to check, honestly.
He's gonna, I assume he'll do Red Tower. That'll give him another super pack and another missile pack. That would put him at 70-50, which again is at bare minimum. He could also do, either do another sandpit or more likely do beach watering hole. But in the meantime, if Maniacal just goes Gauntlet, he's going to be good to go, and he's leaving Wreck Ship, so I'm guessing that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, like you said, he's really close already, and he's just going to find his god cache here. So
70-45. If Ace just does Red Tower, he'll be fine. But I think Maniacal is going to hit the Gauntlet stuff first. And Ace smartly not running into Boss Wound Room. Although apparently you can get right out if you do that, but can't kill Boss Wound right now from the backside. So it's actually kind of fun to every once in a while do you have charge and wave. You can actually kill Boss
Maniacal
Wound
has landing site too. In fact, I'm pretty sure Ace has landing site as well.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, we are going to get the other sandpit check. I think I would have rather seen beach watering hole. I just think that's a it's 3 items, and you're gonna get spit out at Red Tower anyway. If you come down here, you're gonna be climbing up Red Tower to get back up, or climbing up Meridia, either way.
This also allows you, I mean, he can get X-ray this way.
Oh, hello!
What did I say about left sandpit? What did I say about going to Norfair, and what did I say about left sandpit?
Ace, just use a... Okay, just use a power bomb to get up there.
Man, I'd be done.
Oh my god. If Ace had done this injustice afterwards...
if either of them did it.
So... This is still gonna give Maniacal a big lead, but... He will have to be careful with his ammo. But, you know, this is where not having Ice Beam is almost nice, because you're just not going to use ammo in the Metroid rooms. You're just going to use your power bombs.
So, yeah, this is way closer than it looks, because Ace will be able to do the stand-up.
Yeah.
So,
there's that extra E-tank that you yelled about.
Yes, there is. Granted, he would be 7 seconds closer if, you know, he didn't.
I know, right? He's gonna have to stop at the ship. No, wait. Yeah, he's got 11 power bombs. I think you stop at the ship.
Oh yeah, actually.
You don't want unless he can get a drop here. I mean, you know, kill a crab, get a drop.
He's got nearly full health though, so it's going to be a pretty quick ship stop. Yeah, it's closer than it looks. I don't think Ace can pull it off without Maniacal making a mistake here.
I'm not sure. Did Maniacal forget he'd already gotten that item?
Yeah, that was literally your morph ball, buddy. Like, that was the item. Like the item to end all items. Literally the only item you end every single game with, no matter what. He's like, did I get this?
For a moment there, I thought he was going to go look for more ammo, but 9550 is not awful. Oh, sorry. Well, okay, he'll be able to refill. It'll be 9550.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're doing this missile thing, just especially because he basically won't be able to do baby skip, just open the first door before you, and then go refill your ammo, and it just gives you 5 extra.
Yeah, I think in this case, I think you're fine not refilling the rest of your ammo, but yeah, I would do that certainly for the first door.
Yeah, if you got baby skip, I wouldn't bother, but like he doesn't have high jump, so that's not happening.
He got 2 power bomb drops there. Shoutouts to anyone that's ever gone to Turian with 10 power bombs and just not gotten that kind of luck. He didn't need that luck because he's got 20, he had 25, he had 20, whatever number he had going in. But Ace is right behind. Also gonna have slow Metroid rooms, doesn't have Ice Beam. I know Ace really hates doing power bomb Metroid rooms. So we have this discussion pretty regularly.
Yeah, Ace is just behind the Metroid rooms right here. In fact, he's only behind 3 out of 4. Maniacal pretty much has to do the speed zeb skip.
Ace has enough ammo. Ace does not have
only has to miss it honestly a couple times.
Yeah,
because
that's a really good point.
If Ace can do a pretty decent stand-up, he'll be able to save some time there as well.
Yeah, because this is not enough ammo on Maniacal side to do, as we like to often call it, zeb skip. And he'd have to go back and refill. He can kill the zebs with the missiles if he fails it, but then he has to go all the way back, and that's another time loss that gives Ace a chance to catch up.
Yeah, like I said, like when you just have to run across the planet in go mode, like these gaps are way smaller than they look like.
Yeah, we're not doing any baby skips. No high jump. Which I guess again, Croc's got items. There's an item in GT, and then there's an item. Whatever's left over is at Croc. So no, we saw there's one item in GT that we saw from Lower Norfair. What were we left with? Ice, high jump? Yeah, ice and high jump.
Yeah, I think Kip's right. I think the 3rd zeb skip attempt, we will see Ace pass Maniacal. Alright. there's...
Well, Maniacal's even gonna open all these doors with missiles and refill. Or is he? Is he?
Sir?
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, he's not even gonna bother with it. And this is where reserves can be kind of nice because you can do this and just, you know, kill all the Zebs, go back. But man, oh man, I would have...
Ace is in the lead.
I think Ace
by the
is
time
gonna catch
Maniacal
up,
finishes this off.
Yeah, because even if Ace will give it a try or two, maybe shoot with this much ammo and charge beam, I give it one speed Zeb.
Okay, buddy,
try,
you don't have to
if
break the glass.
I mean,
yeah, you can see here.
Yeah.
I mean, Maniacal might die. Okay.
He's got to be a little careful. Nice deboost from the Rinka there.
I will say, Maniacal did say he's dealing with some health issues at the moment. He's not feeling so great, so could see that playing a factor in just like not wanting to do this.
Yeah, I can see not wanting to do the extra. If you know you're not gonna just not gonna do it. So here they're gonna just go right by him with a nice little high five right here.
Yeah, at this point, Ace pretty much has this at this point. Ace is gonna have to do and fail stand up.
Yeah, and by fail, you know, the old... I mean, there's... we don't
die.
See it as much. Yeah, die or soft
do a soft blocker.
Yeah.
And he's got X-ray, so the soft blocks are harder.
Yep.
Just because, like, you can get out of half of them.
You know, there was a time when it was a lot more common for people to mess up. I think we've come to understand stand-up glitch a lot better over the last 5 years since the original tournament, where it wasn't uncommon for someone to just completely fail stand-up and, you know, have one of those soft locks. Yeah, again, I'm not sure why Ace was just using his ammo there. It is a little bit faster to use 60 supers than the 24 charge beam shots that he has, but not a lot. I don't think you're better off with Ace.
Well, there goes your stand-up.
Yeah, I mean, he's still
Michael
ahead.
needs Ace to literally eat it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't do, you know, like a lot of people will take off their Varia suit for stand-up. Ace didn't do that. Doesn't have to worry about that here.
Well, this race certainly didn't disappoint.
No, not at
wire
all.
to wire, pretty much. I mean, Ace had that speed in his back pocket, had a boss kill in his pocket. Came down to ammo for both of them, and ironically, the guy who had more ammo found charge.
Yep.
Where I said, look.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get it right a lot of the times when I'm commentating too, and I never get it right when I'm playing, so it doesn't matter which game either. Yeah, just in general, that getting that charge beam going down the sand pit. I even said that, you know, I kind of like the other play better because there's just more ammo locations, but I guess Ace decided to go down the sand pit because there was that chance of it being charge beam because there was a major left.
Well, that's why I was agitating for the left sand pit because, like I said, like ideally you just want to any percent it, right? Like a new route, 80%.
Right,
Just don't
right.
go out the top door. But in that ammo situation, if you did a left sand pit, right, you get 2 items in the left sand pit. You can pick up X-ray. You can pick up all of the red tower locations on the way up.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
It's a little bit longer, but you get what 5? 1, 2, 5, 6 locations.
Yeah, 6 locations. You're right.
6 locations or 5 if you go in like X-rays too.
And in Ace's case, he had a... Well, I guess he had already gotten one.
And Meridia had 2, so, you know, charge just could have been there, which
it
looky-doo.
turned out it was.
Yeah, that's why it was baffling to me where Maniacal was like, I'm going to pick the 0 West Meridia checks over the 2
in the 0 red
Sandpit. Because, okay, Sandpit, fine. I mean, and like Sandpit, at least it's a through, and you can just route through it cleanly. So, yeah, Sandpit feels slow, but West Meridia, you're going up and then all the way back down.
Yeah, that's true.
Granted, it's 3. It's pretty enticing. But I mean, if you wanted to be very, very conservative, I'd say do West Sandpit, come back into Aqueduct, and go down Sandpit.
All right, both the runners in the second will be in the escape.
I've seen escapes go wrong enough that Maniacal is still in this.
I mean, especially with that high jump boots.
Especially, I mean, to be fair, Ace did get that first part without high jump boots is a nightmare.
Yeah, we're past the worst part. Maniacal's not past the worst. Yeah, this right here,
I've seen
Maniacal is
pretty bad
right
too.
here.
Especially the screen shaking and trying to do ledge grabs.
We're past that. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I mean, Parlor, you should be used to doing that with that high jump because it's very beginning of the game. Of course, it's not shaking at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, it's the shaking. Also, you don't have high jump or speed when you're doing it later. Maybe Ace will save the animals and lose the game. I would have never spoken.
My chronic, our chronic animal savers are not in this tournament. There are 2 of them in this community. All right, there we go. AceZer0 finishing up with an official race time of 59:46. GG's to AceZer0.
Yeah, and Maniacal has certainly
never
done the math and realized
never feels good to see that done while you're in the escape.
Well, especially when I make such a play like that or I made a mistake or something, I start doing the mental math. It's like, okay, if I lose now, it's because of mistake X. So yeah, it's pretty big.
And Maniacal finishing up 1 hour 8 seconds. GG's to both our runners. And we got Ace is joining us. GG's Ace. That was a race.
Yeah, GG to Maniacal. That's an incredibly close finish. I'm amazed that it was that close and really kind of shocked I won.
So are we.
Really tough opponent.
Well, it was a pretty even match the entire way. So you had certain advantages. The Maniacal had certain advantages, and then you had certain. You just kind of went back and forth on the advantages. But in the end, you finding Charge Beam made a big difference. Maniacal having to go back and shooting out all the Zebs and then going back. That was a rough one. And GG's to Maniacal also joining us.
Yeah, GG Ace.
GG.
Yeah, I mean, Ace, you had the advantage of the speed booster early, but it also meant that Maniacal, you found your Varia suit a lot faster.
Oh yeah, because you would have been forced to go through Cathedral and not check every single thing as a hell run in Upper Norfair and get that last.
Yeah, when we had that speed, Tracy was saying well, someone might forget Cathedral, and I was like, well, he's not going to forget it. He's going to do, and I went on to explain exactly what your route was.
Which is exactly what you did.
So it's like, yeah, you just lose so much time.
Yeah.
To be fair, we've seen people forget Cathedral before. I didn't expect it from either of you.
I've been one of those people.
Oh, never mind.
But I was so on the fence, and I know in the chat in the race room, Maniacal said he played too safe on a couple things, and I was so close to taking that E-Tank from Ice that I didn't really need but wanted to keep, and was like, I'll just check Cathedral, and if it's nothing, I'll reset back to the save I took at Business Center. Because I'm right here by Cathedral, it's going to be faster to do it like this, and if it's a major, then I think I had Crystal Flash ammo, I could have made it work and then just farmed up a bunch more.
Yep.
But I was like, I really want to keep this E-Tank, so I'll just go around the other way and check everything else at Business or at Bowl Mountain first. And that ended up not being the right play.
The funny thing is, you got the speed in Gauntlet, but what actually played more into the rest of the seed was the 2 supers. Because you got those 2 supers, and the way the randomizer works, it gives you a variable amount of each of the ammo. And you had so much early, I was going oh, this is a heavy super seed, and it wasn't. It just so happened there was a bunch early.
Yeah.
So you were on 40 while Maniacal was on 25 the entire time.
For a long time, yeah.
Yeah, and we were really thinking that was going to play into it, because Maniacal would be forced to end up checking some more stuff, which is more or less what happened. Maniacal, I know at the end you had so many missiles. We were kind of joking. It's like if you came out of wreck ship and we asked you what 3 items would you put in Gauntlet, you'd probably say 2 supers and probably ice over speed, but like that would be one of the sets. So and then you just ended up, it just can't like if you'd done like a speed Zeb skip in like 3 tries, it would have been really close. I was guessing about 3 was going to be the break-even point. So just that one decision at the end, pretty much you were basically ahead wire to wire until that point.
Yeah, I felt like I played an okay race, but just executed really, really badly the whole time.
Yeah, which is understandable. I heard you were dealing with some issues at the moment, so hopefully you feel better.
Yeah, I played the whole race with 103 fever, so
yeah,
my brain is very foggy and my execution was garbage, and a lot of my decisions were hedging on being safe because of that.
Yeah, honestly, considering what you're soldiering through, you played a great game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I just wish I could have like played under better conditions and given Ace like a really solid race, and instead I felt like I played really bad. But at least it ended up close, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean it was when Ace got that you were like in Gauntlet around the time Ace was picking up that charge, so Ace really just had to go across the planet, and like that amount of time difference is actually really small. Especially Ace, you had really good for doing Power Blade Metroids. Those were pretty clean, so you were able to save some time there.
That's definitely something I practiced a bunch for this tournament specifically, because I used to be notoriously bad at that, and
yeah, we've had those conversations about finding Ice Beam. Ice Beam was in GT, by the way, so yeah, you weren't getting that.
Yeah, it wasn't happening.
Yeah, I found out where Charge was, and like I'm still pretty pissed off about it. Like, that's just such a bad location, because you can route out of Meridia that way.
Yeah,
but when you're looking at like needing like 2 missile pack to be in go mode, you just play the 5 minor volume.
See, for me though, I was missing a few more minors, and I'd been struggling with my speed and no high jump boots the whole time, and I was thinking like, man, there's 2 majors here in East Meridia, and if I get high jump, that's probably worth the time. If it's Ice Beam, it's definitely worth the time. If it's Charge, it's definitely worth the time.
Oh yeah, I think if you want to chase majors there, it's fine.
I actually I think it was a really good play, because I went into Meridia and then down the right sand pit to like get to Dragon from the back to check Aqueduct and right sand pit and like flush out some majors, but I didn't think to like scout Main Street until I was already like through it, and I was like, well, if I go out left sand pit and I'm still needing ammo, I can go up Main Street and get whatever ammo is there if there is any, and then it puts me up into Red Tower to get those miners. Like, I think that's ends up kind of working better than going through like Beach Watering Hole.
Yeah, I went Beach Watering Hole down because Beach and Watering Hole just didn't really deliver.
Right.
I mean, like Watering Hole had a super and a missile, which was nice. Yeah. But there were a lot of like reserve tanks and power bombs and stuff on the way, which was you probably scouted Main Street on the way up too, I would assume. No, I didn't have speed booster. Like, why am I looking at Main Street?
That's true.
I'm not hunting majors there. I did not go into like get into that.
Well, and West was 0.
Yeah, exactly. West is 0, so I'm like not hedging on seeing speed booster at all.
That makes sense.
But like, I knew West was 0, but in my eyes, like Wreck Ship or Croc could have the last major.
Right.
And it could easily be Charge, and I wasn't going to hunt in either of those areas.
Wait, was Wreck Ship?
Wreck Ship was 0, but he hadn't.
Wreck Ship would have been
0. Okay. You just hadn't gone there. I went there super early and had a horrible Fantoon fight. That.
I mean, yeah, and shout outs to Fantoon being in Wreck Ship with no items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of figured it was maybe not the greatest play, because I went there not having a good way out of Dragon, but being able to do it. And I was like, I technically could get out of Ridley if Ridley was there, but it would have been like, that's my basically bare minimum. It's like 4 and 1, 40 tanks in a reserve, 30 supers. So I was like, maybe if I get an E-tank here and it's Ridley, I can beat it. If it's any of the other 3 bosses, I can beat him. Like, this is probably not the smart play, so Maniacal's probably not doing it, so I should. Because I definitely was the underdog, and if you played at the top of your game, I don't think I would have won, and it would have been a less close race the other way.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I have to ask you, Ace, when you went into Kraid's lair the first time,
Oh, yeah.
were you playing? What was? I mean, you left before fighting the boss, which
I should have left
probably good.
I should have left immediately because I went in there and I was thinking about the situation.
Did you want to scout the items? Did you want to scout the number?
I wanted to see the items because I hadn't seen Kraid's lair yet, and I was thinking like, all right, well, if it's Kraid, I can beat it. And the same thing with Dragon and Ridley. It's like, well, if I get another E-Tank, I can beat Ridley. Kraid's free, but I went in there and saw the 0, and I was like, well, Kraid doesn't help me if he's here. If Ridley's here, I have a nearly impossible fight for me. Yep. Dragon's just super slow, and it's out of logic. Like, there's no reason to do this now.
And high jump plus grapple jump is not the same thing.
That's honestly the easy part of that, or it's not the easy part, but it's I tend to not struggle with that too much, and the fight just being as slow as it is the real deterrent there.
Sure.
Like having to power bomb all the goop and land a bunch of ammo, but being careful not to get, hit by the swoops. So yeah, I like that decision to leave because there was nothing good going to come out of beating any of those bosses. Mm-hmm. So I just wish I realized that before I went to the save. But I was going to the save, I was like, do I even want to do this boss? Like, I'm going to be probably resetting or doing something really slow and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that boss is surprisingly low value. I know, for us SMZ3 players, it's like, oh, I'll kill Kraid real quick and get 3 items, but it's
always on the way.
Yep.
2 of those items in boss rando are locked behind the Kraid, so there's only actual 1 item you can get in there, and it's likely to be 0 anyways. So, and if you just go down to Norfair, you can just do it on the way up. I've been really the only time I'm going in there first is if I'm in a situation I can kill all 4 already.
Yeah, I felt good about the information. It meant that I knew kind of what I was getting into with Lower Norfair, and then finding Dragon in Lower Norfair was actually really great. That was pretty much a perfect for me.
Yeah, for you that was ideal because Speed Booster being up in Gauntlet and then Ice Beam ending up being, I want to say that was the one that was at Croc.
Okay.
Yeah. Was it High Jump at? Yeah, it was High Jump at GT. No, maybe it was Ice at GT. I forget.
GT, I saw
Ice
that.
was GT. High Jump was Croc. So yeah, that Dragon. I mean, needed is a strong word, but having Dragon be there was definitely ideal for you.
Yeah, it was what I would have wanted to find there, and I was happy to find it. But I definitely didn't need Dragon to be there. But it was the best option.
Yeah. I guess I haven't. Do you do Crystal Flash Clip at this point?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. I mean, if
I have to.
Okay.
It wasn't my first choice of thing.
No, of course not.
I don't think it's anyone's first.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen, there are a few people I've seen like Zebrossi. They'll just do it at drop of a hat. So
I've watched people route aggressively to Crystal Flash Clip to Botwoon when they have Dragon dead already. And I don't understand that choice, but it's one that I've watched people make already this week.
Because you forget. That's why.
I do think we've had.
Yeah.
We definitely have had a number of people that have forgotten that, oh yeah, Dragon's dead. I don't have to go this way.
Yeah. But all right, yeah, I'm really feling pretty crappy, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and hop out. But GG Ace,
you go rest up, feel better.
Thanks for the comms. I'm gonna go drug myself up and watch the rest of GDQ or something on the couch.
Sounds like a good plan.
Feel better, bud.
Yep, take it easy. GG Ace, and hopefully I come back a little better next week.
Yeah. Thanks, Maniacal. All right, Ace, you've got it. Yeah, have you got anything else before we close this out?
I don't think so. I mean, just gonna repeat that Maniacal's a really tough opponent. And I do think that if I caught him on a better week, I would not have been so lucky to take the win. I've been at this a lot longer than me. It's surprising to beat somebody like that. Somebody that I started watching when I started playing this game. It's always a real. Obviously, the circumstances aren't the best for it, but feels really good to beat somebody that was a veteran at the game when you started learning it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks for comms and tracking, and I'm glad it was at least a close, exciting race all the way to the very end.
That it was. All right, thank you, Ace, and GG's again, and good luck moving on, and good luck to Maniacal too moving on. Neither one of them out of the tournament. Well, I mean, it's Swiss, so you get another 3 weeks regardless. But both still alive for brackets. Ace at 3-1 now. Maniacal at 2-2. 3-1's looking to be a little scary potentially, but we'll see what the matchups are at the end of the day tomorrow.
I think it's gonna be worse when I lose. 3-1
I mean,
bracket's ridiculous.
Well, in Swiss, normally I don't like to hear people say when they lose, but it's Swiss, so like at most one person ends up 7-0. We might not even have that with the way our numbers worked out. So yeah, it's just kind of inevitable that it happens. But I mean, 6-1 would be pretty darn good. This is not our last. It is our last race technically for today, but we do have a couple more on the schedule. One at 2 a.m. for those of you either, I don't know if that's an early bird or a late owl time, depending on, I guess it depends on your time zone. We have Polar Bear Bunny versus BF Robber. That'll be right here on SpeedGaming Main. Don't have channels assigned for tomorrow, but I do expect at the very least the 11:10 a.m. race between Ikir and White Mage Becky will be on, and I also expect Simo and Fat Scott at 5 o'clock, our last 3-0 matchup. So we're going to try and make sure that one gets on the air. A couple other races that might get on the schedule, we'll see. Keep an eye out on the schedule to see what races do get on and what channels they're on. But, yep, that's going to do it for us. I want to thank Duck for joining me. Always a pleasure. I think this is the first time we've done something not SMZ3 together, so it was really cool to do something a little different.
We did. I dragged you in AD. I dragged you into an AD tournament.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah, you did drag me into the Link to the Past All Dungeons tournament. Yeah, yes, you did. That was first time in Randomizer that's not been SMZ3 then. In any case, it was a lot of fun. I hope we get to do it again sometime.
Yeah, I'll be. I'm working on my super secret project, so.
Yeah, and hockey's over, so no more Stanley Cup playoffs to pull you in
5 days. Let's go.
And of course, big shout outs to SpeedRun, our trackers. Trackers always the MVPs of our tournaments. Can't do it without them. So huge shout outs to SpeedRun. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. We'll see you at the next race, whichever one that is. If you're up at 2 or if you're gonna sleep in till 11, we'll see you there. And good night, everyone.